I'm Jamie Jackson, and joining me right now is Dr. Nathan Busenitz. Dr. Busenitz, thanks for taking time with me. Appreciate it.
Great to be here.
We're reading in the headlines about the Starbucks war on Christmas because they took Merry Christmas off of their cups this season. And, it's interesting to me because, I think a lot of people are upset and they're up in arms because America is slowly persecuting Christians. But there are people who are dying for their faith all over the world. Is there a war on Christmas? And is Starbucks taking Merry Christmas off of a coffee cup persecution against Christians?
Yeah. With regard to Starbucks itself, I looked at some of the images of Starbucks cups from past years. Mm-hmm. And maybe there were some that said Merry Christmas on them, but most of the ones that I saw were snowflakes and reindeer and words like love and hope and just sort of generic Christmas type ideas. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to the real meaning of Christmas, let's not kid ourselves. Starbucks was never a supporter of the real meaning of Christmas to begin with, mm-hmm. in terms of promoting the incarnation of the Lord Jesus Christ, which is what Christmas is really all about.
Right.
So for Christians to get upset about reindeers and snowflakes being taken off of coffee cups just seems a little bit ridiculous. I even read in one article that was talking about this, about people who were upset because Santa Claus was getting taken down in a certain store window. Santa Claus is not the real meaning of Christmas. Jesus Christ is the real meaning of Christmas. So I think we're moving from this idea that Starbucks somehow had promoted Christmas and now they're not. No, Starbucks has always had a secular understanding of Christmas because they're a secular organization. They've never struck me as an organization that sought to promote Christian values. So I don't think we should be surprised by this, nor do I think we need to be outraged by this.
And could the same be said to stores who have stopped saying Merry Christmas or don't put up Christmas trees? I mean, can that same idea be applied to those cases as well?
I suppose. Even the word Christmas, we love the fact that it has Jesus Christ in the name, but it's followed by a Roman Catholic term, the Mass, which is something that we as evangelicals would not affirm. And in fact, years ago, like in Charles Spurgeon's day, Spurgeon was opposed to the celebration of Christmas because of the Mass part of it. So I think there's a little bit of an evangelical watering down of what's happening here, which is creating this false outrage. But earlier you asked this question about persecution. I agree that here in North America, we as Christians, by God's grace, have not experienced persecution. Persecution that believers in the rest of the world experience even today, and persecution that in church history was much more common. And so we sometimes respond, we meaning broader evangelicalism, we sometimes respond to some of these things with a sense of moral outrage, when the reality is what we're suffering is not really, truly, at least not to any similar degree, the kind of persecution that believers have suffered throughout the history of the church, and that the Lord Jesus Christ even promised in John 14, 15, and 16 that his followers would experience throughout the church age. So I think the angst is misdirected in this case. Rather than focusing our energy on trying to save snowflakes, reindeer, and Christmas trees on coffee cups,
yeah.
We should spend our energies telling the world about the true meaning of Christmas, which is the Lord Jesus Christ taking on human flesh, God in human flesh, and dwelt among us, such that he could live a perfect life, die on a cross, and as a man pay the sins of mankind so that we might be reconciled to God. And you can share that message while you're holding a red cup, a green cup, a blue cup. Point is, the gospel is what we need to keep front and center.